I have a question about the one-child policy that was enforced in China in our lifetime. I think it started in 1980. If a billionaire, and all these billionaires like Rupert Murdoch, all these guys or whatever, Bill Gates, if they can have 27 billion, let's just say, why can't this earth have, if you can have if one person can have $27 billion, why can't this planet sustain 27 billion people? This planet is huge. You got to watch One Straw Revolution by this treasure, Masaru, some Japanese guy. He learned how to grow in the most wild way, but he had the bit more yield than anybody, and no one's using his practices. You turn your stuff into a jungle, and it will grow so much food. It's incredible. One Straw Revolution. Now, there's the one-child policy that happened in China. Now, I have a question. That was racist. That was racist. And what do you think is going to happen? No wonder there is going to be a big backlash because of that one-child policy. Whoever instituted it, I heard it's the Fabians and the BBC and so on, people like Pierre Trudeau and stuff like that, or all these people, like even the Rolling Stones when they cheered in 1972 about the Maoist revolutions. Like, these people hate Chinese people. And Paul McCartney, who had this New World tour, anyone who said the word New World in the 90s, all the new people, they hate Chinese people. They're pretending they don't, but they know that they are using the backsides of the Chinese to get their wealth. And they don't mind that, but they'll say that there's too many Chinese people in the world. Think about it. Now that the world has shrunk, how racist is that? Now, there was a lot of British or Americans or Jewish people living in China. Did they have a one-child policy too? I wonder if that one-child policy, where you're forced to leave your child by the side of the road or kill it or abort it or be scared of being killed for having a child for decades, do you think that that's not biting you back in the ass right now? There's a pressure cooker. And then suddenly they open up and, whoever did this to the Chinese, what's happening is they are right now trying to escape the consequences, the karmic consequences, while amassing so much wealth. And then all nonstop telling you, brainwash people, since in the 50s, there's too many Chinese. Oh, there's so many Chinese people in the world. There's so many Chinese, and they're starving in China. Well, it's because someone made them starve. Someone is fomenting wars between them. So first they got people to kill the children of the emperor, so that the emperor would kill the guy who he was told was responsible for it, and it would go back and forth, vendetta. Now, instead of doing that, they just tell people, say, you got to kill all your kids except for one, so that you don't, so everybody is extremely racist against Chinese people, face it. Everybody who's jumping to get that vaccine, deep down, it's because they hate Chinese people. Deep down, the first ones who jumped on it are very racist. But they don't want to say it, because in a way they love their Chinese patio furniture. They love the fact that everything is cheap. They can go to the craft store and still buy cheap shit. They can save about $100 a month, as opposed to if everything was made in the USA or Canada. They like to break the backs of the Chinese. But they're nice enough that they'll go to the Chinese restaurant once a month or order Chinese. But do you think they defended them? No. No. Did anyone squawk? No. So anyways, I'm not blaming anyone, even myself. I didn't open up my mouth. I was a kid, and I was also a mixed race. So mixed race, we're very confused about our races, because our parents, our grandparents, they were warring too. They don't know. We're ashamed because of the flack that we got from both sides. Look at Bruce Lee. He got flack in the movie. Well, from 1992, he was getting flack from both sides. And I know exactly what that feels like. Rudyard Kipling says there's no hatred like that of the half-breed because both sides are anyways, I'm telling you, this one-child policy, you watch One Straw Revolution to learn how nature really works, and then this bogus thing about the population controllers, the Fabians, and all the movies where they say there's too many people in the world, and yet you got people that have got over $20 billion. Over $20 billion. So this planet, which is amazingly vast, could handle 50 trillion people if it was done wisely. But instead they wanna control it so that they get so much wealth that if they wanted to eat elephant dung for breakfast, they could, and the beetle as well. This is the kind of sick people we're dealing with, and I'm not seeing them go down fast enough. We're told that everybody's arrested and gone, or it's all gone. Wait a minute. Did somebody forget the top? Did somebody forget, the bullseye? Because if not, what's going to happen is this karmic explosion, this population explosion will still happen because people are a pressure cooker. People are a pressure cooker. When things get shitty, like when someone dies in your family, then you get real horny. You want to start having sex with random people because you want life. There's something in you. If you're young, anyways, your biology just wants life. And it's been suppressed, and they're finding solutions that have nothing to do with life. Cell phones are not life. So you better think about this. The real racism are these people that enforce the one-child policy. Look into it. Dig into the real racism, because that's the one that's going to really bite you everywhere.